Welcome to the first independent video on this channel. This video is one that I decided to make because after my holiday, which is in next week, I know that after I come back, after a month of not trading and not doing anything trading related, it'll be difficult to get back into the zone of trading and routine and habit. And I just wanted to make this at the end of a routine that I'm currently doing well on, before it kind of comes to a stop, in order to help myself get back into it. And I hope that maybe in a month and a bit that I'll come back to this video and it'll help me, and I can make another video maybe on getting back into routine and how it's going. This has been recorded on the 7th of April, Tuesday. The first point I have on getting back into routine is general habits. So when we're talking about routine, it's easy just to think about working from a certain time to certain time, so 9 to 5 every day, but that doesn't actually tell you what to do. It just gives you a time frame of an idea when you're meant to be working. So I use this app called Disciplined. I think I mentioned it before. Free, completely free, and it's not my app, but I use it to keep track of my habits. So if I go into my app now, this is what I have on it. I've got, I don't know if you can see from a distance, I've got read my goals aloud. So my trading goals, I read them aloud every day 5 times, both my long term and my short term, or at least I try to. 50 push-ups, 100 squats. I do this every day. Whenever I can. I haven't done mine yet today. Read 30 minutes and refrain from any bad temptations. That's anything from eating too much junk food to spending too much time on my phone. Anything kind of general distractions. I think that could be renamed maybe, but that's just there to remind me. Sounds a bit extreme, but it keeps it in mind then. And of course, trading, which is just work on your trading from, I think what I like to do is from 9 to 4, back testing. Usually maybe I'll start later, or maybe I'll start earlier. I'm not too strict on it because I'm not on a demo account at the moment. If I was on a demo account, I'd be trading specific times related to my session kind of strategy, of course. The second bullet point I have is phone distractions. So this is coming from that temptations and distraction bullet point, where it's so easy to get lost in your phone and lose hours. So if I'm listening to this, you need to get rid of Instagram, TikTok, get rid of the apps at least. Any games you have on your phone, anything that draws your attention, you can spend hours on and lose time. You need to get rid of those, and you can look at them in the evening, or you can reinstall them in the evening if you have to. Just get rid of them and make sure you've got limits, or you just get rid of games completely, because games, I think I'm more susceptible to losing myself to and losing time to than actual social media. So that's point number 2, very simple. Get rid of distractions, basically. And number 3 is trading. So what do I actually want myself to do when I get back into routine? What do I want myself to do in regards to trading? Number 1 is catch up with my Discord. So any lives that I've missed, any important information, and maybe just kind of catch up on messages you've missed over a month, because that's plenty of time. Number 2 is it's probably best that you refresh your knowledge, especially in your strategy. Make sure you understand your strategy again. Make sure you maybe go through the course, go through the notes that you have on the basics, go from scratch. Even if you skim through it, just get a general idea again of what your strategy is, what the basics are, all the concepts. Just kind of freshen them up in your mind. And back testing. So once you're ready, once you feel you're ready to get back into the zone, go through your past trades on the back testing session, because I've stopped halfway or a quarter of the way through one. So go back through all the trades you've taken, analyze them, understand why you've taken them and why it's part of your strategy, just to freshen up the mind again and getting used to what you're looking for. And analyze the trades if you can, and then work until 3 months into the backtesting session. Analyze the 3 months, do another 3 months. So do that 4 times until you're at the end of the year, and then keep going until you're profitable, one by one, and take it slow. Don't expect to go from a holiday to having a perfect week. Start off easy and just build on it, because that's how this routine is created. And as someone who struggled with routines and gym sessions and sticking to discipline, it's so much easier to start off small and build on them. That's why 50 push-ups and 100 squats. Realistically, that's easy a day. That's a piece of that's a piece of cake. But if I put down 200 squats and 200 push-ups, I wouldn't do it because it would seem too daunting to me. Subconsciously, I would think, oh, that's too much to do in one go, so I won't do it. And then you end up putting it off, and you don't do it. So start small, scale up, and then eventually you get back into the swing of things. The last bullet point I have is just one word, and it's desire. So this is just a reminder to myself that I've invested time into this. I've been both motivated and demotivated during this journey, and I've got this real feeling that you can actually do something here, and a real sense of desire to prove that this is doable, not just to me, but to you guys as well, as someone who sees all this fake stuff online and all this crazy kind of concepts online. I need to prove, and I need to hold myself accountable and show that this is doable through hard work and consistency. Now that seems like a lot of pressure to mount on myself, but that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is, if your desire is strong enough to do this, and if your work rate is strong enough to do this, then eventually you get through, and you don't need to feel the pressure. That it shouldn't feel like there's pressure on you, because there's not. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I'm telling you that right now I do, and I'm hoping that when you see this, you will also have that kind of sense of urgency and sense of desire, reinvigorated into you, and we'll be ready to go again then from there. And that's all really. I hope that wasn't too long, and I hope it wasn't too repetitive. It's just 4 simple bullet points for future me to get back into a routine that you've built. This is applicable also. I don't know if anybody's watching, if anybody's watching at all, to be honest, but if anybody's watching that's not from, not watching this for trading or just in general life sense, this all applies the same way, whether it's work, whether it's trading, whether it's gym, whether it's sports, whether it's you're losing or gaining weight. It's all the same. It's just you have to apply yourself and do what you feel comfortable with, and then slowly build on it week by week, month by month. And yeah, I appreciate all the support and any support, and I'll see you guys in a month.